Show from bourbon to beer. Next on the rundown, Sam Adams under fire for removing God from the Declaration of Independence in a new beer commercial.
All men are created equal. They are endowed with certain unalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
The story behind that controversial new commercial. A bit more than expected, so some good news there. Well, let's talk about beer this morning, shall we?
Please.
And one of my favorite beers in the country, next to Yuengling Lager out of Pennsylvania, is Sam Adams. And so when this new commercial rolled out yesterday, or during the 4th of July holiday, it's been raising a few eyebrows for something that's left out of their commercials. See if you can spot it at home. You have to watch the whole thing, 28 seconds long. See if you can spot what is missing. Watch.
Why name a beer after Samuel Adams? Because Samuel Adams signed the Declaration of Independence. He believed there was a better way to live. All men are created equal. They are endowed with certain unalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Smooth, flavorful. We bow to no kings. Samuel Adams, Boston Lager.
So did you get it? Did you figure out what it is?
I guess that's a giveaway. God, from commercial.
Right.
Oh.
That kind of gave it away. Yeah, endowed by their creator was removed from the beginning of the Declaration of Independence in the speech there. But Samuel Adams says, look, we have a set of beer guidelines that we have to follow. This is regulation. We have to do it. We can't mention God in our advertising.
Yeah, that's what they say. They're putting it off on some old red tape there. This is their statement. The Beer Institute Advertising Code says beer advertising and marketing materials should not include religion or religious themes. We agree with that and try to adhere to these guidelines. While we do understand your obligation, or objection rather, to the omission of the phrase "by our creator" in other circumstances, after all, they occur in the Declaration of Independence, which Samuel Adams signed and helped to author. We believe it would be outside our industry guidelines to invoke those religious words in a beer commercial.
Wow. I mean, when political correctness takes over the beer advertising industry, the terrorists have won. I mean, this is absolutely outrageous. You know, maybe it was because Sam Adams was the Tea Party guy. He started the Boston Tea Party. Maybe the Tea Party's being targeted here, guys. I think
but you're conspiracy
But only by a
theorists.
couple of people in an Ohio office somewhere.
Well, we asked, I mean, I do love the company, and it's weird to think that the beer code ethics guideline, whatever bogus organization that is, has more authority than our Declaration of Independence. Right. If the beer code comes calling and says, hey, by the way, you put God in your advertising, we're not having. Why don't you just pull out the Declaration of Independence and say, I got this document here, does this trump yours?
Right, yeah, you can have a bikini cat fight in the pool with hair pulling and all that nonsense.
Are you objecting to that?
Don't put God. No, I'm just saying, little bit of double standard there.
Yeah.
Curtis from South Carolina writes this morning and says this: I bought my last Sam Adams beer yesterday.
Wow. Tara in Florida says, I think it would be tasteless to use God in a beer commercial. The bartender is using a few phrases from the Declaration, not reading the document.
And an email from Harris: would Sam Adams approve the omission of those words? I think not.
Using America to sell beer, but can't use God, apparently.
Friends at foxnews.com is how you can write to us, and you can also find us on Twitter as well as Fox and Friends. More on that coming up.